All right, today we are jumping into one of my favorite things, breaking down a single, incredibly powerful scene to see what makes it tick. We're going to look at how storytelling builds meaning and tension, and how one single moment of desperation can completely flip the script. So let's dive right in. And it all kicks off with this line, this one single damning accusation. With these words, Duke Alaric isn't just some mustache-twirling villain. Nope, he's a man with a cause. In his mind, he is doing the right thing, and this line sets the stakes sky high from the get-go. So let's set the scene. We're in a big central square, but the vibe is anything but open. You can just feel the fear in the air. It's so thick you could cut it with a knife. And every single step Duke Alaric takes in that black iron armor, it just echoes. It's like a constant, menacing reminder of the cold, unfeeling order he's all about. Okay, so who are our key players on this chessboard? You've got the Duke, obviously our antagonist. You've got Ella, the protector. Then there's the dragon, Lin, who's really the reason all this is happening. And finally, Scholar Elion, the guy who knows the truth. I mean, it is a classic setup for a massive collision. Now, you have to realize this isn't just a physical fight over a creature. It's so much bigger than that. This is an ideological war. We're watching two totally different versions of history, two different worldviews, literally fighting for the future of their world. It's control versus harmony. And this really breaks it down perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you have the Duke's order, where history is just a tool, a useful lie to keep people in line, and power is cold, hard steel. But on the other side, you have the scholar's idea of balance, where history is a forgotten truth, and real power comes from life itself. Two truths, one battlefield. And here's the official story from the Duke. See, he's not just killing a dragon. In his head, he's a hero performing a sacred ritual. He's framed the dragons as the cause of this terrible plague, which makes him the only one who can save the day. It's a really powerful story to tell if you want to justify doing something extreme. But boom, the scholar immediately calls him out. He's not just saying, I disagree. He's shouting, you're a liar. And that line, you prefer a cold lie to a warm truth. Wow, that cuts right to the bone. Elion is claiming the Duke's entire reality is built on a lie that's literally poisoning the world. All right, the talking's done. The arguments have been made, and now we've hit that point of no return. The Duke's patience is gone, words are out, the spear is in. You can just feel the tension ratcheting up to an 11. And there it is. He raises the spear. That one simple action just sucks all the hope out of the scene. The crystal on the spear starts to glow with that same cold magic his soldiers have. This is it, the end of the line for the dragon, Lin. Let's just pause here for a moment. Seriously, the dragon is dying, the scholar is captured, the crowd is frozen in fear, and this unstoppable force is about to strike. For Ella the Protector, what can you even do? What choice is left when you've already lost? And this is where everything changes, because the story pivots from this huge external conflict to something deeply internal and personal. Ella doesn't think about strategy. She doesn't think about fighting. She thinks about her friend. She remembers his kindness. He's not a monster. He's not a symbol. He's family. Her choice is just pure, selfless love in action. First, she turns her back to the spear. I mean, think about the vulnerability there. Then, she makes herself a human shield. And finally, she just lets out this defiant scream. This isn't a plan. It's a raw, powerful, instinctual act of protection. And that one act, that simple, selfless choice, becomes the catalyst. It's the spark that lights the fuse for everything that's about to happen. This is the exact moment where the story shows us how an emotion, pure love, can become a real, tangible, world-changing power. So what is this catalyst? Well, it's an emotional trigger. The magic in this world, you see, isn't about spells and incantations. It's tied to deep emotion. Ella's pure love was like the right key in an ancient lock, resonating with this forgotten magic and unleashing something that no one, especially not the Duke, ever saw coming. The result is immediate, and it is absolutely shocking. The sound that comes from the dragon isn't a scream of pain, it's a roar of rebirth. And in that one sound, the entire power dynamic of the scene is just shattered and completely rewritten. This rebirth takes on a physical form, a kind of magic that no one in this kingdom has ever seen before. The Emerald Fire. And it's not the dragon's old destructive fire or even its healing fire. This is something brand new. And this fire is just fascinating. It doesn't burn, it doesn't radiate heat. Instead, it radiates this overwhelming, tangible feeling of pure life. It's described as being like liquid spring. It is hope, literally made real. And the effects are just miraculous. It instantly heals Ella's wounds and her fear. Then it shatters the Duke's spear of order, the very symbol of his power. But here's my favorite part. It doesn't just destroy the spear. New buds start growing on the handle. It's not defeating order with chaos. It's transforming cold, dead order into new life. And that's the whole point right there. That's the takeaway. A single, selfless act of love, rooted in a warm truth that the powerful tried to bury, turned out to be stronger than an entire kingdom's worth of cold, rigid, lifeless order. Just wow. And that leaves us with one last question. A big one that goes way beyond just this story. It kind of forces you to ask yourself, right? What accepted truths in our own world are really just built on cold, convenient lies, just waiting for a single act of courage to challenge them? Definitely something to think about.